大家好，今天是7月25号。那今天来讲一下这篇文章，第4个部分，我把它拆成5个部分。那这个是文章，这个文章就是作者在说，这个直接分内向跟外向这个性，太武断了。其实大部分的人都是处在三分之二的人都是处在中间，既内向又外向的。但是这个，内向跟外向，他们他们处在中间的这个状况，他要把它再细分4个状态，这样子。不过看到现在，我觉得好像怪怪的，因为他说分成4个状态：独处、1对1、少人、多人，那跟个性有什么关联？目前是还没看出来，可能在后面会讲吧。反正我就再继续看下去吧。不过先看一下前面这个，But this means most people are in the ill-defined middle category. This entire this entire introvert, extrovert, ambivert just amounts to most people like to be alone sometimes and around people some other times. What's the point? We need a better mental model for many of us who are ambiverts. And I think that a more nuanced model could be useful for people who strongly identify 我现在猜啦，处在这个中间状态的人呢，他们的心中有时候，他们心中的状态分成了4种，有时候想要独处，有时候又想要融入大团体里面，就是他不是一个永远都想要跟人家互动的，有时候想要小规模的互动，有时候又想要跟很多人在一起 hang out，应该是这样吧。好，那我们就继续看这个 large group，应该是 large group，large group，前面3个念过了嘛，上次念到 small group，然后今天从 large group 再继续，然后我也是边念，然后边解释这样子。A single conversation, a large group, a single conversation can only be so big. I've noticed that when a group reaches a size of about 6 or 7, the group tends to splinter into multiple parallel conversations. Maybe it's because of the physical constraints of how many people you can sit next to or hear. Whatever caused it, once you have more than 7 or so people in the room, you're now part of the large group. A large group is one in which many conversations are happening simultaneously. Conversation emerge and die out spontaneously as people chat with each other. There is a fluid, fluidity, fluidity, fluidity to fluidity to everything. You start chatting with someone next to you, someone nearby overhears and joins the conversation. Then the conversation dissolves only to coalesce again later. 还是 coalesce 啊？coalesce 合并。While a small group interaction might be happening around the table, a large group interaction feels more natural standing up. This enables fluidity as the group continually reconfigures itself. Next time you go to a gathering, notice how the first few guests naturally sit around a table, then transition to standing right around when the 7th or 8th people arrive. The fluidity of large group interaction feels even more dynamic than the give and take of a small group. But the rules of how to enter, exit, and navigate conversations can be confusing, and the fluidity makes it difficult to have a prolonged conversation that gets into anything deep or heavy. This is probably why introverts find large groups draining. Making your way through a crowd requires assertiveness and expressiveness, and if conversations aren't even intimate or deep. What's the point？前面就在说这个 large group 呢，就是说我们很多人在讲话的时候，是不是很常发现一件事情，就是可能比如说十个人在讲话好了，然后有时候会不知不觉会切成可能3、4个人在讲一个话题，有时候在讲，另外7个人又在讲另外一件事情，啊，有时候又会变成9个人在听一个人讲话，就是话题会这样切来切去这样子。那这边就是说，这边就是说这个我们有一些内向的人呢，就是觉得说这种东西都是在聊一些不深入的话题，那这个对话的意义到底在哪里呢？他的假设应该就是说这个，This is probably why introverts find large group draining. Making your way through a crowd requires assertiveness and expressiveness. 不，dynamic and their accents can be confusing. It makes it difficult. 哦，他觉得这个内向的好像有点难加入这些规则不太明确的这些小团体里面。Making your way through a crowd requires assertiveness and expressiveness. 如果你要发言的话，你需要有一些自信，然后要有点那个 expressive 表达能力吗？那如果这些对话又没有什么重要的，干嘛要去花自己的精力去做这些事情？应该是这样子吧。哦，没关系，就继续吧。The beauty of large group is their unpredictability. You might end up interacting with someone you never expected to meet. That experience might open up new possibilities in your life. Even if it doesn't, the spontaneity of a crowd of strangers is simply a fun time. If you enjoy novelty and dynamism，他说这样人人来来去去的话，还蛮有趣的。你会遇见一些你没有预计会见到的人。哦，这个人看起来是外向的哈，这样子写看起来就是一个外向的人。但是上面这样写，这个人又好像内向的，所以大部分的人真的不是说绝对外向或是绝对内向。好，没关系，继续看。Interaction profiles. So how can you use these ideas to actually live a better life? Start by reflecting on how much time you think you ideally spend in each state of being. How much do you value solitude? How much do you want to be interacting with close friends or loved ones one on one? How much do you like small gatherings or big parties? Allocate a percentage for each of them out of 100. 好，就这4个状态呢，他是说现在你先自己画一下，说在这4个状态，你愿意花多少的比例在这其中。好，那这个人的话，看起来是蛮喜欢跟人家互动的吼，所以他是一个 hypothetical extroverted interaction profile。我的话应该是50、30、10、10哦，15、5吧。好，没好。Next, consider what your ideal role is in each non-solitude setting. For example, some people enjoy being mostly talkative in one-on-one interactions, but actually get pretty quiet when there are 4 or more people in the conversation. Some people are the other way. Do you want to be talkative one or the listener in your one-on-one friendships, small groups and large groups? 哦， 我的话应该只想听吧，不太想说话。那我的话可能全部都是白色吧。Okay, together, these questions make up what I'll call your interaction profile, a summary of your ideal balance. When you deviate from it, you'll probably feel frustrated or just off in some way. Now, to make use of all this, think about your actual life differs from your interaction profile. What are you actually spending your time doing? Does it differ from your ideal why? In each setting, are you able to occupy your ideal role? If not, could you nudge yourself closer to the ideal? What about the other people in your life who are important to you? Are they getting what they need? Could you be a better friend, partner, or parent to them? 好，那接下来作者要讲他自己了。Example me. Let me apply this model to myself to paint a picture. I think my ideal interaction profile looks something like this. Oh, 25% solitude. I love sitting with my own string of consciousness for a few hours at a time, thinking about ideas and getting into a flow state. 30% one-on-one balance role. I enjoy deepening close friendships and getting to a greater level of emotion depth with a few friends, and I like talking and listening about equally. A 40% small group, somewhat expressive role. If I can figure out the logistics, I would love to hang out with small groups of friends almost every day. The dynamic that emerges when there are three or more people in the room is refreshing and fun for me. And these are some of my happiest times. I'm a little more talkative in small groups. Finally, 5% large groups. Observant role. This is definitely what I enjoy the least, but I do like going to bigger gatherings every once in a while. And if I never did this, I would be a bit sad. I like meeting totally new people and never getting a crowd, but I'm not that expressive. 他基本上是比较喜欢少人一点的聚会，但是又会花一些时间自处、自我相处、独处。那在做一些事情的时候，会进入一个心流的状态 （flow）。中文翻译应该是心流。好，那大的 group 的话，他偶尔喜欢在很多不同人之间穿梭，那当一个聆听者的角色，这样子吧。OK，然后继续。Over the years, reflecting on this interaction profile and comparing it with my current life has led me to some insights about myself, many of which I've used to nudge my circumstances in a better direction. 那好，我看一下后面要多少。哦，后面还那么多啊，不然这一个作者本身作为例子，然后来画这个 interaction profile，然后对它进行解说的这个部分，明天再来重来一次好了，就从这边这个段落再开始。那今天先这样吧，拜。